went to Israel was educated, young, strong people, and she wanted to be part of it. So they say no, but after a while she was told that it's okay, that she will come with them, but then she needs to choose because 2 kids is too much. So I was 5 and my brother was probably 2 years old, and after a while she chose my brother because he was younger, and I left with my grandmother. I remember very good things about the separation, telling her, you know, I will meet you in Israel and in Jerusalem, we call that, and you bring me candies and buy me a new dress and everything. But 20 years after, she told me it was not the story. I was crying, yelling, cursing, and telling her it's not fair that my father left and now she's leaving. So she told me she turned and just go. Didn't look back at me at all. So the stories that I heard about Israel, we wouldn't call it Israel, but Jerusalem. It was, you know, in my imagination, it was like in heaven. A lot of good people, everybody is Jewish, and everybody taking care of each other. No lies, no thief, no and no death. Nobody's dying there. Yeah. and for me as a child, it was, in my imagination, it's a lot of trees of candies all over, and you can pick a candy as another candy is coming in the tree. So with these stories, a few months later, my grandmother and her family start to go to Jerusalem through Sudan. We didn't realize it took us 2 months to go from Ethiopia to Sudan. It took 2 months. And, you know, I don't remember a lot. I remember the noises, everybody is, you know, quiet, nobody's crying, even the babies. After 8 months of separation, I got to Israel. So when I got to the airplane, we were in Sudan, in the camps, a few months, and then the jumbo airplane came with Israeli soldiers, and we got to the airplane, and there was nurses dressing white clothes, and I was sure this is angels, because they were white skin, and they dressed like, you know, white clothes. And I said, okay, this is angels, and they were smiling, and, you know, and give us water and a lot of things. And I said, okay, we are in Jerusalem. And we get off the plane, and everybody was like on the ground, kissing the ground, praying, and eventually we were in Jerusalem. So after a few days, I met with my mother, and then we noticed that not everybody really keeps Shabbat. You know, cars are driving in Shabbat and everything. And after a while, the Rabbanut decided that we are not enough Jewish. So we keep Shabbat. We did all the way to here, and we keep everything. You're driving in Shabbat, and we are not Jewish. Like, what's happening here? So this was the point that we were very upset, and we said, okay, we don't want to be here. And we start to walk back, because we know how to walk, so we don't care. So, and then the Rabbanut said, okay, you know what? And I think part of your family probably pushed them to do that. They said, okay, you're a Jewish, you can, you know, you don't have to convert. So it's my first experience of being Israeli, that I'm not enough Jewish to be Israeli. So during the years, I tried to be Israeli. The first thing that happened is change my name from Yuvi to Rachel. So I was Rachel with a Hebrew accent, Rachel. And after, when I was maybe 10 years, the social worker decided that my home is not enough, it's not good enough. I should go to a boarding school. So I went to a boarding school, and then there was, Israeli food. Everybody speak Hebrew, and there was teachers that can help me with my homework. But I was only 10. After that, I did my army service. Resist to do my army service with the Ethiopian people because I'm Israeli, and I lose my accent, of course. So I work with Israeli kids, and after that I came here to United States to a summer camp and teach Hebrew, and everybody called me the Israeli. So I was so Israeli. But through these years, I forgot my Amharic. I didn't eat any Ethiopian food. It was delicious and very healthy, and didn't speak to my family at all. And then, in one point, I realized I'm not good enough to be Israeli. I went to interview and they said, we don't have any job for you. So I said, okay, I did everything, so what is the problem? The problem was, through 20 years, I saw myself only through the Israeli eyes, that I'm not good enough, I'm not Jewish enough, I'm not enough. And I never asked my parents how is to be Ethiopian Jewish, actually. And to be Ethiopian Jewish is a lot. I mean, we did a lot to be Jewish and to come to Israel. So in that point, I think, Bnei Israel was slaving in Egypt, and it took them one generation that to walk through the desert, that everybody will, die, and a new generation with a new thought and mind and soul will be born in the deserts. In my story, it happens, opposite. My soul and my friend's soul is like slave, because the one who told us who we were was, the white people in Israel. And after my army service, I started to ask, is that who I am? The one who the Israelis see? Maybe I should ask my parents who I am. They probably know. So this is for this part, right? So thank you, and I will back to you.